Good afternoon. My name is Ebenezer Henry-Okafor, and I have the honor of welcoming you to Montgomery Bell Academy. I'm in the 7th grade, so I'm fairly new to MBA as a student. I graduated from St. Paul Christian Academy last academic year. My first exposure to MBA was 5 years ago when my parents enrolled me in their summer camps. I was so impressed that I returned for all subsequent summer camps after that. The coaches knew and addressed me, and they also talked to every camper, and they knew all their names. Each year when I returned for summer camp, they would call me by name and welcome me back. I really liked that. The student counselors were very friendly, too. Specifically, I liked the way they conducted themselves and relayed with every camper. They made you feel welcomed. I also encountered MBA students at various events outside the MBA campus. They always stood out in a crowd by the way they carried themselves, and they were very endearing. During my years at St. Paul Christian Academy, I had the opportunity to interact with our alumni who are MBA students and observe the change in their demeanor. They always had great things to say about their experience at MBA. When it was time for me to transition to a new school, MBA was on the top of my list, as I wanted to challenge myself academically and imbibe the hallmarks of MBA: scholarship, leadership, and the behavior of a gentleman. Since arriving at MBA, I have found the academics to be rigorous, but with strong faculty support. The athletics are engaging and fun, and the food is amazing. At MBA, you will have several opportunities to engage in different athletic events of your choice, including trying out for new things. For instance, I play football during the fall. I am presently in the soccer team, and it's my first time playing soccer. I am also part of the junior school prelude orchestra. These activities not only afford you new skills, but also provide opportunities for making new friends. I'm thankful for the privilege of being a part of this community and hope you will choose MBA. Thank you for coming to our campus today. I hope you have a great visit.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you can probably see, the way I style my hair has really changed since 7th grade. I mean, come on, don't I look adorable in that picture? Don't you just want to squeeze those cheeks? I've changed a lot since 7th grade, but through my time on the Hill, I've not just changed physically. Who I am and what I stand for have changed to a point that I doubt my 7th grade self would recognize me. I came into 7th grade with the idea that I'd be the stud of the school by my senior year. Everyone would want to be my friend, and everyone would cower before me on the football field. As I come to the close of my NBA career, I have realized that all those things I wanted to be and do are not the same things that I'm meant to do. Sure, I have plenty of friends, but no one is trampling over each other to be near me. And sure, I play football for the Big Red, but no 180-pound nose guard is going to make an O lineman quake in his shoes, much less one that most of the time plays left bench. I do feel, though, that through finding what I am passionate about and what I want to pursue in life, in my own way, I have succeeded in high school. To give you some context of how I got to this point, I need to back up and start from the beginning. I believe that in 7th grade, I thought everything would be handed to me. Anything that was beneficial to me would just magically appear in my hand. I had no concept of looking at opportunities as open doors that eventually could close. And instead, I just looked at it as one big opening that would always be clear for me to pass through whenever I felt the moment was right. I kept that mentality for my 7th, 8th, and 9th grade years. But part of the way through my freshman year, I experienced one of the biggest turning points in my life. I'll set the scene. It was a Saturday morning, and I was at school serving demerit hall. I had quite a few demerits that day, for reasons I have now forgotten. But that Saturday's demerit hall proctor offered me the opportunity to work with a service group on campus instead of writing out the Constitution. I kindly agreed, and at that moment, I was introduced to best buddies. I had never felt more of a connection with anything. The interactions with the buddies touched my soul and left an impact on me that I will always remember. Afterward, I wanted to do whatever it took to become as involved with this organization as I could. This one connection would go on to be one of the most defining moments of my MBA career and my life. I would participate in almost every Best Buddies event, and eventually I was promoted vice president and then president president of the chapter here at MBA. Along with the help of me and the assistance of so many others at MBA, my chapter would go on to be chosen as the Best Buddies International Chapter of the Year. To go on stage and receive this award was one of the greatest moments of my life. After I became involved with Best Buddies, I began to notice all the other opportunities I could be missing out on by not pushing myself. In 10th grade, I became involved with the club that meets after school on Tuesdays to discuss entrepreneurship and business. This is now my 3rd year with the club, and has been influential in helping me with my own entrepreneurship ventures. This engagement then led me into being involved with the Entrepreneurship Society on campus, which I am now the president of. Sure, I've been successful in my areas of expertise, but I attribute that success in finding what I am passionate about and pursuing that interest with all my energy. The thing is, I would have never found these opportunities without the help of MBA. This community has given me and so many others the chance to find out what they are passionate about and support them 100% of the way. For example, I have friends that do not play football, but who love the atmosphere of the games, so they are the leaders of the NBA student section. I have other friends that love sports, so they are members of the NBA Broadcasting Club, which allows students to commentate games on our broadcasting service. I have friends in the music department that wanted to deepen their musical learning, so they utilize school grant money to fund their trips to different music camps around the country. I have a friend on the football team that loves to sculpt and to use his hands to create art. So for the past 2 summers, the school has awarded him grant money to take woodworking classes in Snowmass, Colorado. I have another good friend that took a 6-week trip to Spain where he had such a good time that he never wanted to come back. Every time we eat Mexican food, he always has to one-up us by ordering everything in Spanish. I even took a 2-week summer course myself with my best friend to the Bahamas to study marine biology. Even though I realize marine biology is really not my focus, the trip is one that I will never forget. Every boy is different, and this school gives each boy the opportunity to excel at whatever he wants to do and whatever he wants to be. What I have finally discovered is that MBA is much more than a college preparatory school. It is a tight-knit and meaningful community where everyone and everything is valued. Anyone can find a niche and be respected for it. This school is also a place of caring and conviction, where the emphasis is based on one's character and a belief that who you are and how you invest yourself and how much love you have for others are all paramount. I hope you all will choose to build upon the foundations and strengthen the place that I love. Thank you.
Welcome to our school and community. I am Brad Gioia, an English teacher and the headmaster at MBA. I am pleased to talk with you about a place I have loved and cherished these past 25 years. Before 1994, I had never spent any time at a boys' school. In fact, I asked almost no questions about what a boys' school is like when I interviewed at MBA. I knew that MBA was a really good school and had the potential to be a great school. I have come to believe that schools are defined not by whether they are boys or girls schools, co-ed or private or public schools. It is the culture of a school and its community that determines its strength and goodness. And MBA's culture is what excites me most about our community. A glimpse of that culture happened last weekend. I witnessed a great football victory for our team. I attended the robotics competition, and I enjoyed our fall music showcase. When I introduced the music programs, I spoke about this culture. I recounted that one of my favorite moments of the weekend was seeing our football team rush to the stands after their overtime victory. They wanted to express their appreciation to the students who supported them in the stands. At MBA, it does not matter if you do robotics, debate, theater, mock trial, lacrosse, music, or football. Everything is important. We support everyone and every activity. At MBA, it is not important what your last name is, what your zip code is, or what your previous school is. It matters whether you work hard and are committed to the school's ideals. Students and faculty embrace you, whatever your passion is. As a recent graduate stated, whether you wake up in Belmead or Bellevue, Brentwood or Bordeaux, you can be successful at MBA if you work hard and embrace the values of the school and its community. We have 50 acres on this campus at Harding Road, 10 acres of playing fields in Sylvan Park, and just over 200 acres on a mountaintop near McMinnville. There are 785 students at MBA and 140 employees. We look for teachers who care about their subject, are passionate about sharing their knowledge and expertise with young men, and are willing to express their care and dedication to young men. In many respects, this is an exciting time to be at MBA. We are poised to develop the campus at Harding Road with a new athletic complex that will transform our campus and opportunities, and to build some wonderful facilities as well at our Long Mountain property. We are committed to offering our students and families amazing opportunities. Almost $1 million is allocated annually for grants to our students to explore academic interest, and we send students to exchange programs on almost every continent in this world. We believe in developing young men, and our decisions are based on what is best for the boys at the school. I mentioned learning about boys' schools 25 years ago. What I have discovered is that we have a tremendous opportunity to educate young men in an age when men and masculinity have been challenged. I am convinced that we can offer young men an understanding of who they are and how important issues like compassion, empathy, kindness, and developing one's inner core all are. In a boys' school, young men are more prone to express themselves, to be open to each other, and to understand that they should respect others, particularly women, and find the right ways to be better people and citizens. At MBA, our boys must be in the chorus, the theater, on the debate and mock trial teams, and spearhead our service programs. What I appreciate most about the school is that it is cool and understood that to sing in the chorus like Joseph, to play football on the line, to strive to be a strong student, and to relish opportunities like Best Buddies is not uncommon but praiseworthy, and more than the norm than the exception. Just for a visual illustration, would the students please stand who play baseball that are in front of me and remain standing? Would those who bowl please stand? Would those who are on the crew team, the cross-country team, the football team, the golf team, the hockey team, the lacrosse team, the shooting sports, soccer, swimming, tennis, track, ultimate frisbee, and wrestling. You see, it takes a village to make this school work, and they're engaged in this village. You may be seated. It is also clear to me that we have created a culture at MBA where the boys understand that there is something at stake in our school and community that is larger than the individual. Being a part of a genuine community of young men who understand the priorities of gentleman, scholar, athlete, who accept that they are here to work hard and to learn principles and values that will make them be better people. We believe in common courtesy, in old world values that embrace the virtues of caring for each other, saying please and thank you, respecting effort and hard work, regardless of your activity, and ensuring that we earn our reputation and standing. I admire this community of young men and faculty at MBA because they appreciate the joy of our music programs, the intelligence of a speaker who recognizes that there is nothing as strong as the gentleness of the human spirit, or as gentle as the strength of a real man. I appreciate the balance at MBA, a real and palpable appreciation that our students recognize that they must be engaged in many endeavors to be a complete person in order to gain the kind of empathy and understanding to become better people. MBA is an education that will last a lifetime, not an experience for just 4 or 6 years. We need and want the best young men and minds and hearts in Middle Tennessee. We will care for and love you as our own sons, ensuring that you gain the skills, the know-how, and the goodness to build a better life, to become good men, and to make a profound difference in your communities. We need terrific young men who have the hunger and the appetite to make this difference in the world. I thank you for being here today and for being a part of this time and opportunity, and hope that I'll see you next year. One of my favorite times that I'll leave you at MBA is the early morning, sometime between 7 and 7:30 a.m. when I see literally hundreds of students already here on the campus, seeing their friends, eating breakfast together, understanding the gist of what I just talked about.